Hi, welcome to Lynn's Recipes. Today I'm going to make a key lime pound cake. This is a Southern living recipe that's been all over Pinterest this summer. I made it a couple of weeks ago and Instagrammed a picture, and there was some interest in seeing the recipe, so that's what I'm going to show you today. The amounts of the ingredients that you're going to need to make this cake will be listed in the information box below. You can find it on the website, or you can also find it on my Roku channel. The ingredients are shortening, butter, sugar, key lime juice, and I actually did find the little key limes in the grocery store. They're a little bit hard to find, so if you can't find them and juice them, you can use regular limes, or you can buy this bottled key lime juice that you can find near the juice section in the grocery store. You'll need flour, baking powder, salt. You'll need some key lime zest or lime zest, vanilla, eggs, and milk. You'll need to preheat your oven to 325 degrees, and you will need to grease and flour your pan. I'm using a 10-inch 12-cup bundt pan, but you could also use a tube pan, whatever you prefer. We'll also be making a glaze for this pound cake. The ingredients for the glaze are powdered sugar, key lime juice, and vanilla extract. To start the cake, I'm going to take my flour, which is already in a bowl, and put the baking powder and salt in, and we're just going to kind of whisk this together to mix it. And this will be set aside, and we'll move on to the next part. I have my stand mixer here, and what I'm going to do first is put my butter and my shortening in and cream this together till it's all mixed and smooth. So there it goes. And we're just going to do this on medium speed. Okay, that looks pretty good. So now I'm going to turn this off for a minute and tell you that I'm going to start adding my sugar, and I'm going to do that slowly. We're going to mix it on a medium speed until it's light and fluffy. My mixture is light and fluffy. Now I'm going to add my eggs one at a time and beat after each addition. And here's the last egg. I'm just going to let that mix until it's all incorporated. This is mixed very well, so now I'm going to put the flour and the milk in. We're going to start with the flour, and we're going to alternate with the milk, starting and ending with the flour mixture. I'm going to turn my mixer off to add so it doesn't go all over the kitchen. So I'm going to put about a third of this in. Then I'm going to mix, starting out slowly. I'm going to add half of my milk. I'm going to turn off and add another third of my flour mixture. Start slowly again. And now the rest of my milk. Okay, now the rest of the flour. You might want to turn your mixer off when you put the milk in. As you can see, mine kind of splattered all over the place. So if I do it again, I'll make sure I turn my mixer off when I'm adding the milk as well as the flour. So that's the last of the flour, and now I'm going to mix this in again, starting slowly. Okay, that's mixed well together. I've scraped my bowl down several times during this process, just so you know, and you would probably want to do that. So now what we're going to do is stir in the lime juice, the lime zest, and the vanilla. And I have a stir setting on my mixer. If you don't, you might just want to use a spoon. But here we go with the lime juice, the vanilla, and the key lime zest. And I'm just going to stir this and mix it all together. And you might see a little bit of curdling. That's fine. It'll work out. Okay, my batter's all done here, and it's time to put it into my pan. Oops. So I'm just going to try to get it even. Get it all out. Okay, I'm just going to try to smooth the top a little bit. Now we're ready to bake it, and I'm going to put it in my 325-degree oven for an hour and 15 to an hour and 20 minutes, or until a long toothpick or skewer comes out clean. My cake cooked for an hour and 20 minutes. I just took it out of the oven, and I know it's done because I've taken this skewer and it has come out clean. So now what I'm going to do is let it sit here on this cooling rack in the pan for 15 minutes, then we'll turn it out and we'll make the glaze. My cake has been cooling for 15 minutes, and now I'm ready to turn it out onto a serving plate. So I've got my plate here, and I think what I'm going to do is put it like that. And it's still, the pan's still hot, so I'm going to use my mitts. And we're going to turn it out. And so there it is. Looks really pretty. And so now what I'm going to do is let it sit here while I make the glaze. I've put my powdered sugar in this measuring cup here, and I'm going to pour in my key lime juice and my vanilla, and I'm going to start whisking this together to make the glaze. Now I have a little bit of water here that I can use to thin this a little bit to get to my desired consistency for the glaze. You could use milk. I'm just going to use a little water. I wouldn't put any more lime juice in because it might make it a little bit too tart. But a little bit more. And you just do that until it's the consistency that you're comfortable with. I have this glaze at the consistency that I'm comfortable with, and I did add about a tablespoon of water, and so now I'm going to glaze my cake. Okay, so I have a little brush here, so I'm just going to start pouring it over and brushing it and just letting it drip down. The cake is still warm. And like I said, it'll go down to the sides and in the middle, and that's fine. Okay, this is the last of the glaze. I think I've got it pretty well covered. So now what I'm going to do is let this sit and cool completely before we cut a piece and show you what it looks like on the inside. My cake is ready to cut. It's all cool. So I'm going to take this knife and just cut a slice. And I'm serving mine with some homemade whipped cream and some slices of the key lime. And that's what it looks like. This is key lime pound cake. I hope you enjoy it.